Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of K-Pop Hot Takes. Hope your Sunday's going well. Hope you had a great weekend. This video has been requested and I wasn't sure whether to do it or not because obviously I've done a video about 17 before, which is kind of like a mini guide, but me talking about Hit the Road. But I thought about it, I thought, you know what, let me go more into detail about how I fell into the Diamond life and how I'm now a 17 enthusiast, a 17 PR manager, I'm a 17 lover, I'm just knees deep in 17. So how did I discover 17? So I don't even know how this came onto either my YouTube or whatever. YouTube is great, love you guys. But I saw Manse somehow, and when I saw this routine, I was like, okay, the energy was great, the song I loved, the choreo blew my mind, and then Dino blew my mind. I remember him just doing his groove in the center. He had this like attitude and energy and swag, and I was like, okay, this seems like an interesting group. But I think because I was quite new to K-pop then, it was quite overwhelming to jump into a group with 13 members or anything above 7 really. So I kind of left them on the back burner. I didn't really keep looking into them, which is weird because I did check out like a couple of performances, and I remember one specifically, I forgot what it was, but if you went to search for it, you would find a comment. It was on my Coco Pop channel. I commented saying, I feel like carrots don't appreciate Mingyu's visuals enough because look how hot he is, you don't know what you have. And I just felt like getting it out because I just saw Mingyu and I was like, who is that? Like, but none of the comments were talking about him. I'm like, wait, is it just me seeing this? So I think I remember that, but then after that it kind of stopped and I never looked into them again. And then lockdown came in last year, and then I saw Dino's Undecided dance cover for Chris Brown's song, and I even edited some like footage to it, some effects to it because I was so obsessed with it, and I was practicing in Premiere Pro, and I remembered him. I was like, oh my god, Dino, so it's like good to see you again. I was so hooked. I was like, you know what, let me try and get into 17. I was like, let's do it, the time has come, let's do it. Actually, to be honest, before I even got into going 17, Hit the Road came out. Obviously I spoke about that in length in the other video, but when that came out I was like, okay, I know the members now, and I saw them one by one. I was like, okay, perfect, variety shows, let's go. Because I always find, for me, the best way for me to learn about a group is variety shows, especially a Mafia game. I love those. Or yeah, that's just what I do. So I was like, okay, what variety show does 17 have? Which is, I think, is a great thing that K-pop does that, because it's such a good way to introduce new people to each member, each of their personalities, how they interact between themselves, and that's how you get invested. So then when I started watching Going 17, that was, for me, it helped me so much during the lockdown. It helped me mentally because I was laughing. It was escapism from everything else that was happening, through the pandemic, through the George Floyd, the whole resurgence of Black Lives Matter. Everything was an intense few months, and it was so nice to just escape and really get into these amazing people who are so natural, so naturally funny. They're so honest, they're so relaxed. They even sometimes roast their production stuff when the episode isn't good. The festival episode, if you know, you know. Like, I was obsessed, and now I've gotten to a point where I do like having a lot of members in a group because it gives me things to discover. Similar to Treasure, another big group. Like, I like having multiple personalities who are so entertaining, yet they're all in one group. I think that works for a nice dynamic, and it keeps me so stimulated and so entertained because someone's always going to give you something you're going to want to see in an episode because there's so many to choose from. And they gave me such a serotonin rush. I've obviously spoken about Christmas in July, Christmas in August, and the Mafia game on the other video. I think those episodes for me really cemented how much I love them because you get to see everything, the best of everything. You get to see the humor, you get to see the brotherly love, you get to see the familiarity, you can see everything. They're so comfortable in the element. I've not actually really watched Going 17 2019. I've tried watching a couple of episodes, but I've never gotten into it. So I'm glad I kept it, because when 2020 finished, I was sad, because when I was catching up, I flew through all the episodes and I was like, wait, it's done? So yeah, but now I'm obviously reacting to 2021 on Patreon. I've only done 2 episodes so far, but I like to keep them, to accumulate them, because when I'm in the mood, I might just binge watch. And I also want to get into Inside 17. I want to see the behind the scenes of studio sessions, choreo sessions. I want to see all of that. So at some point, I will need to start filming that as well for my Patreon, my Crocobot Patreon. So if you want to join me on that journey, please join my Patreon. I will be updating it very regularly. By very regularly, I probably mean once a fortnight. I'm one man. I'm only one man. So the first Going 17 episode I actually watched was the Mystery one from 2020, which had some great games, really entertaining, really nice plot twists. And I got to see each of the members individually for properly in that setting. And I could really just see everyone's personality. DK was a great host, fantastic host. So funny, nice little twist at the end. And also, I loved Wonu. That's when I fell for him. The hair, he had the silver hair. I think he pulls off silver hair better than anyone in K-pop. He owned it with the glasses and his little demure persona. He's just someone, I'm obsessed with him. So from then, once you have a bias in a group, you're in deep. That's your group now. You're gonna be watching everything, you're gonna be getting, so once I discovered Wonu, and obviously after Mingyu and Dino, and that's pretty much how my bias list has kind of stayed, and now I have obviously June as well. I was invested, and that was it. And what really helped me as well with my reaction channel was obviously showing Ola reactions. I got to pay attention to dance practices I probably may not have gotten a chance to search for if I was doing it by myself or if I was just watching YouTube. So I got to learn and see the level of Olympian talent they have when it comes to their synchronization and when it comes to their performance level. I got to really go, wow, because it forced me to do research, because when I'm doing reactions, I curate them and I pick them, and obviously I take requests as well. So through that, it was a learning process, and I was so impressed at how insane the choreo is constantly. The bar is always raising. And then also I watched the vocal stuff, like My Everything. That blew my mind. That's when I was like, oh my god. Obviously Habit and Don't Listen in Secret, you know, all these other slow songs as well. That's when even more and more I got more and more invested in their talent vocally as well. And like when I saw DK sing My Everything, I was like, oh my god, he's literally one of the best vocalists in K-pop. Insane. So all that in one has just been the experience. And then into 2021, I've been sort of discovering more of their music. I've listened to B-sides on my other YouTube channel, live on YouTube. There's a 2-hour and a 3-hour video separately. You can see what songs I found and what songs I connected with. And I did find with 17 mostly, I think the music is not my favorite thing about them. Although it's not that the music is not bad. It's not like the music is bad, but it's just not my favorite. My favorite thing about them is probably their performance skills, their personalities, their everything. But then the music is still really good. When I love the music, I love it. So there's still a lot of songs I really enjoy. Some of my favorites are 247, which I discovered ages ago. Recently I discovered Our Dawn Is Hotter Than Day. Oh my god, I've had that on repeat. But I've also loved songs and videos like Highlight, and I also love Don't Wanna Cry. I love the song with Newest, the collab. So there's a lot of songs of theirs that I love. Crazy in Love, 24 Hour. Yeah, the list is long. I love the Japanese songs as well. So I'm really enjoying getting to the journey of discovering even more of the music. I can't wait for their comeback next week. I love that this whole concept is about love and all this, which feels quite refreshing. I'm excited to see where they take us, because I love being part of the journey. I love the members. I love them in a way that's just so it's just, they excite me. And I've been in K-pop for a minute now, and things just don't excite me as much anymore. And it's so great, it's such a blessing to find a group that excites you and they surprise you and they give you so much depth in artistry. I'm obsessed with them.
Oh my god, Future Me, I cannot believe I forgot to discuss how much I loved the In My Room performance with Rolling Stone. Obviously, Lily Yabai, I reacted to it on my other channel and I lost my mind. They're so talented. It's phenomenal. I'd recommend everyone to watch it. If you have to watch anything this year, definitely watch that.
So that's how I got into 17, and that's how I'm in here. I'm in deep. I'm basically a carrot now. So I want to know how you got into 17, who your biases are, if you can pick. And yeah, let's talk in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye.